Bushwick became real to me back in 2004, 2005. There was this report about a baby found on the fence of Bushwick High School. The baby was dead. And the report in the papers assumed that it was probably a young girl not wanting her parents to know, covered it up until she gave birth and then had to dispose of the baby. And that wrecked me when I heard that. And even though we've been at church now since 1985, that became so real. We were doing great in Greenpoint, Brooklyn, and then we moved to Glendale, but I felt like we needed to do something in Bushwick.
You had all the stats to back up everything you were feeling, right? So it was the 7th poorest neighborhood in New York City. The high school dropout rate was incredibly high. Poverty, just a lot of the needs, along with what you were feeling on your heart. There were those stats that were there that just kind of backed that up. And I think that kind of correlated with our conversations and kind of in 2005 when we launched the Spanish service with that in mind.
It would make sense if 70% of the people in Bushwick are Hispanic, then obviously there needs to be a Spanish service.
Right.
You know, Jesus, Mark recorded of Jesus in Mark 4:33 that he spoke to the people as they could understand.
That's right.
So whether they're deaf, whether they're Spanish, whether they're Korean, whatever it is, we have to be a church that's willing to speak to the people as well as they can understand.
That's right. And that was after 20 years, right? 2005 was 20-year mark for the church. Never felt that before, but at the 20-year mark, church is now 29 years old.
Right.
But at the 20-year mark, it's when all of a sudden just that burden kind of came on you.
We're outgrowing the present facility, and that we're being forced to look for a larger facility.
It's a good problem.
Yeah, it is. And it's one thing that I believe where Jesus was, there was always crowds, and so, you know, even though we might not know what's going to happen 10 to 15 years from now, I'm glad that we're working towards this new facility, which is larger, which we can reach more people.
We even got the donation, right? Talk about the Champions Club and all that. That's even there before we got a building. We got
for kids with autism and special needs, and that's on the northeast corridor of the United States. It seems so prevalent that kids are being born with this deficiency, and for us to now be able to help our community that may not be on the financial edge to hire or get people to help, this has been huge.
So here we are 2 years later in the launch, and one of the initiatives that we had for this year was through Kingdom Builders to really support everything that's going on.
If each family would give $1,000 throughout the course of a year, not at once, some could do it at once, but break it down where it's $100 a month, or it could be $25 a week, or $3.33 a day. You know, each family could probably at the end of the year, or in 10 or 11 months or so, contribute $1,000, and by the size of our church with both campuses, we could easily reach $1 million, which will enable us then now to continue to do what we're doing in Bushwick, but not just Bushwick. Just like we helped out with those killer tornadoes out west, or when we helped with in Arkansas, or with the Dream Center and helping people there, and just doing whatever we feel to do for the missionaries or the missions that God puts on our heart. If we join together, you know what?
Everyone does their part.
It's amazing what we can contribute.
And it's not too late for anyone to participate, right? Everyone can still get involved.
Whenever you put God first, when it comes to the kingdom, He always guarantees, promises that He will bless you. Matthew 6:33. So this is just healthy for all of us, for the initiatives that we want to fulfill and help other ministries, and then even for us individually and collectively as a church.